A morning chant of Quranic verse as Pakistani boys learn to become their community's religious leaders. Not all such Quranic schools, or madrasas as they're known here, turn out Islamic extremists, but some of them do. As religious students, these young men are known generically as Taliban, a name the world now only associates with the most topical graduates of Pakistan's madrasas, those who now rule neighbouring Afghanistan.
We do not consider ourselves separate from Taliban or Afghanistan. Our history, our religion and blood and culture are the same.
A product of madrasa training, Maulana Azam Tariq is now leader of one of Pakistan's jihadi parties, supporting a holy war answer to a US attack on Afghanistan.
We consider the war against Osama and Taliban a war against us, Pakistanis and Pakistan. We will defend ourselves against this war and utilise whatever resources available to us.
At demonstrations in Pakistan cities, jihadi parties and their followers are already making their presence felt. As yet, they have not attracted Pakistan's mostly moderate public. But in supporting the United States and its retaliatory momentum, Pakistan's president knows the fire could catch on.
Our solidarity and existence could be at stake.
He's on a knife's edge. He has to balance this very well. That speech he gave the other day to tell the people, explain to the people, was really balancing this very tricky situation he's been landed into. I would hate to be in his position.
Imran Khan's prowess as a great all-rounder now extends to leadership of one of Pakistan's moderate political parties.
Let me tell you the problem what General Musharraf's going to face. It's when, at the moment, it's basically the clerics and the religious parties that are demonstrating. Once they see civilian casualties, and bear in mind there's a very close link between Afghanistan and Pakistan for centuries. So once they actually see a lot of people being killed, the nightmare for General Musharraf would be when the ordinary people in the street join the religious parties. I'm afraid then it could go anywhere.
For the ordinary people in Pakistan's cultural centre of Lahore, Food Street is still a much more popular place to be seen than a jihadi party rally. Lahore is the city closest to the border with India, a country with which Pakistan has fought 3 wars. Now perilously balanced by nuclear rivalry, that history is one moderate Pakistan wants to leave behind. But even as the easing of US sanctions promises easier prosperity, radicalism is brewing even here.
That Muslim radical groups, they are calling for jihad. And I think that there is a sense of jihad that applies over here, as the Muslims as a whole are being targeted.
And are you young men that would normally look for a jihad, or do you think this is a situation which may turn you that way?
I think that we should go for jihad, yes.
A US attack on the Taliban without direct evidence of terrorist guilt could turn even aspiring doctors towards holy war.
We all are Muslim people, and if you call the jihadis to be the extremists, we all are extremists because we all are Muslims and our beliefs are the same.
Belief may run deep, but it's unlikely most Pakistanis have the stomach for the daily disciplines meted out in Afghanistan, where even swimming pools are policed by Taliban guards. But that's exactly the goal of Pakistan's jihadis.
The Taliban government is our ideal government, and we want a similar one in Pakistan because it has peace, equality and justice.
The rise of the Taliban, along with Pakistan's fundamentalists, is blamed by many on the country which, with its Cold War over, is preparing to wage a new hot war of its own.
United States very centrally was very centrally the architect of these jihadi parties and their sort of and their political orientation, etc., along with Pakistan, yes.
As one of Pakistan's top security analysts, Nasim Zera also believes a radicalisation of Pakistan could be imminent.
Depends again on how this operation will unravel itself. If there's going to be a kind of human calamity of a kind that people in Pakistan will be exposed to through BBC and CNN and will be seeing Afghans who are already starving, dying, yes, you can count on further radicalization of Pakistan. And if you have US officials continuously talking about Saddam Hussein and this, and then, you know, it suddenly appears to be an Islam versus the rest, you can expect radicalization.
Imran Khan thinks much worse is possible.
Once the attack actually starts, then I'm afraid God alone knows what's going to happen here. I mean, it could be anything. It could be a civil war. It could be destabilization. It could be turmoil. It could destabilize the whole area.
In such difficult times, the village of Sadoki near Lahore is a living message of tolerance.
Christian, Muslim, Muslim, Christian.
Here, Muslims and Christians have lived street by street, side by side, for hundreds of years.
I want to request that if something happens, Christians and Muslims should stay united. We should not be hostile towards each other.
It now seems almost inevitable that Sadoki's goodwill wishes will be tested in Pakistan all too soon.